Welcome, beautiful friends, beautiful, amazing people. Welcome to the Pure Energy Healing Academy, here where we learn how to understand energy and how to heal people. But also, in and amongst this energy, we start to understand that there is a similarity between energy and the spirit. And that similarity is being able to communicate from one to the other. It's very fascinating, and it's a deep dive. And in and amongst this world of spirituality and energy healing, we as a whole connect to the oneness when we start to speak louder. So, kind of, what does that mean, speak louder? Well, when you meditate and you go inside and you listen and you then become one with the spirit, with who you are, the consciousness starts to speak louder and louder. For most of us, we're scrolling. Most of us are too deep in the brain, programming and just adding more and more information into the brain. So you're not really connecting to who you truly are. So it's very interesting when you start to learn to disconnect from that and start to listen to who you truly are. Not the eyes, not the mouth, not the brain, but the actual spirit that controls everything in your life, or it should control, in the sense of when to cross the road and look left and right. That is when your brain is in control, and that's when you use your brain. So most of the time we use our brain for the wrong reasons, and that's why we get depressed, upset, and all the bad things that happen to us is normally because we're using the spacesuit, overusing it. So it's an interesting concept, is spirituality and trying to understand who you are. What did somebody say this morning? There's two things that happen to us. Is it we're born and then we're trying to figure out why we're born? Those two things. Yeah, it's true. We have to figure out why were we born. And one of the most interesting things for me that I saw, I've got a fan. If you hear the fan, it's because there's a fan on, but hopefully there's no sound today. There's no banging. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. So I decided to do a video because I've been pushed to do a video, right? In the sense of, please talk about what you wrote about in your book. And please tell us. I had a couple of people this morning say they're very interested because they've experienced something similar. And it's funny because not last night, but the night before and the night before that, I did the very same thing that they were asking me, which was fascinating. And actually, when you do what I'm just about to share with you, make sure you do it with your clothes on, especially if you live in the Costa del Sol. Because if you live in the Costa del Sol in Spain and you're in the Campo and you're doing what I'm about to share with you and you've only got your underpants on, oh, it's so hot, so it's just like having your shorts on. You're going to get attacked by vampires. Now, not the vampires you might think, but mosquitoes. And literally, guys, I am covered with mosquito bites, which, because I went into a deep meditation, you'll see me scratching all day now on here. Yeah, you don't really feel anything because the spacesuit becomes kind of like nil and void, and you go into the true you, so you don't feel anything till after, and then you go, oh, I think I got bit, and then you look at your body and you realize that you weren't just bit, but it was a festival for vampires, for the mosquitoes. Hey, come on guys, all over my body. Literally, I've been bitten. I've been sucked, not bitten, sucked. I look like that when I'm finished. Just a pile of skin and bones. All right, so the reason why I'm talking like this is because I've got rid of the people who get bored within about 3 or 4 minutes. And now there are real people who are here. That's you. Well done. It means that you really truly care about this subject. It means that you want to understand this subject. And this subject isn't a 30-second clickbait. This is a deep and very spiritual subject that, let's say, the darkness doesn't want us to communicate, doesn't want us to open up, doesn't want us to become who we truly are and how powerful we are, because if that's the case, then the darkness would fail very quickly. The darkness, all it wants us to do is scroll and look and just be entertained. So good for you guys, good for you for being here. So the subject today, and the I guess the description of this video, what I'm going to write, is going to be important because it might be a little bit false. So if I said, you know, how to connect to extraterrestrials, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, because it's not really how do you start to connect to extraterrestrial energy. That's probably a better way of putting it. So what we're going to do is a little workshop now, and I'm going to share with you 2 decades of how I accidentally connected to extraterrestrial and how they were curious. And I have not connected to extraterrestrials in that they have come down, beamed down and come up to me and shake my hand. That's never happened. However, if you read my book, there was a story in there that I am convinced to this day that the person that sat in front of me was not of this world, and that's another story. But what I'm going to do now is try and help you connect to the extraterrestrial energy, and how actually simple it is, in the sense of that when you understand what extraterrestrial is and what you understand who we are and how we can create something that we can connect with, there might be a really good chance that you send me a message in the next year or 2 years when you do this, because it doesn't always work up straight away, right? And I'll explain why, because all of these things take time, just like meditation, just like healing. It's a process, but it's exciting and it's fun if you do it. And I did it purely out of it was organic. I wasn't looking for it, wanting to do it. It just happened. I went, oh, that's interesting. And then I realized, I put 2 and 2 together and realized that what I was doing was creating something that caused attention to our extraterrestrial races from all over this cosmos. So we'll start from the very beginning, guys. So thank you for being here, and let's begin the workshop, shall we? Okay, so to begin with, I always believe that it's important to be somewhere where it's not polluted by light. So if you're thinking about doing it in your own home, yes, you can do it, but to get the best effect is to be outside. So you can do it inside, or you can do it on your porch, okay? But it's nice to be able to do it somewhere where you can look up and just glance up, right, to see if there's any activity at all around you. Like a couple of nights ago, I was going to ring people up because I was so excited about the activity above me when I was doing what I was doing. But I didn't, because it's not that important. What's important is that you get the experience. So, okay, so when you're outside, find somewhere comfortable, somewhere where you're not distracted, and somewhere where nobody's going to come and disturb you. Okay, that's really important. I need a drink. Just give me a second. Good. Got my drink. So now these are the kind of tools that you will need to prepare yourself for an exciting evening, exciting night. Okay, so first of all, you need to go and grab a chair, a comfortable chair. That chair is going to be placed, and it's going to stay right where it is through the night, through how many hours that you want to do it. You might only want to do 1 hour, it doesn't matter. You might only want to do 15 minutes, but get a nice seat so you're comfortable in that seat. Place that seat there. Then what I'd like you to do is go and get yourself some natural rice. Doesn't matter what it is, wild rice, black rice, white rice, it doesn't matter. Just get some rice. And I want you to make a big enough circle around the chair. Okay, so with the rice, go around and do you know what I do? First of all, what I do is keep the chair out of the way and stick a piece of wood into the ground or a stone, and then get a piece of string long enough to where I want roughly the circle to be, and then walk around. And because there's like a something in the center there, you get a nice perfect circle. But it's not that important that it's perfect, but if it is, you feel better and it feels more confident. You feel more confident with a nice perfect circle. So you've done that with rice. Then what I'd like you to do is go and get some flowers. So flowers meaning around the garden, get a few flowers or go and buy some flowers, and also get some, ivy. So you want like ivy. So you want to get the ivy all the way around, like ivy or any kind of long growing ivy. It's like ivy, and you cut it and then you go all the way around with it, and then put some flowers as well and make it look as pretty as you can. Okay, it's gorgeous. Do that, it looks lovely. Then what you need to do is get candles, because what you're going to do is put candles all around. So it can be on the outside of where all the flowers are so you don't burn anything, or the inside, it doesn't matter. But just put candles all the way around. Doesn't matter how many candles, but enough so you've got candles all the way around, and you're going to light those candles when you begin, okay? So you've put the candles down, you've got your vines or your ivy, and you've got some flowers, and it looks beautiful. Now what I'd like you to do is, this bit's personal, is go and find some crystals that will help you connect to your higher self. Okay, so if you're wanting to go deep into meditation, you want to connect to the spirit world, there are many crystals. I'm not going to tell you what to get, not for that bit. I'll tell you what to get crystals for in a minute though, which you wear or hold. And what you're going to do with those crystals, big or small, is put them around the circle. Now it's becoming absolutely amazing. You're getting fantastic energy, it's feeling beautiful, and it's just great. So you've got all your crystals around, and you've got your beautiful rice, which is again, it's an absorber of negative energy, and there's reasons for all of this. Okay, so you're going to now get some Agua de Florida. Now, everything that I share with you, you don't have to get all of these things, okay? You can make a circle just with rice, or you can make a circle just with flowers, but these are the things that helped me. So what I'm sharing with you is my secrets to how I made this happen, or how it happened. I didn't make it happen, it just happened. So, okay, so this is Agua de Florida, fantastic stuff. And what you do is you open it up, and you pour some in your hand, and you just go around and flip it all the way around the inner circle, okay? But you're also going to use this when you start. But just by doing that, it brings again some amazing energy into the circle. Once you've done that, you're going to take some kind of sound therapy, because what you're trying to do in the circle is create an energy and a frequency that's different from the outside of the circle. And once you've created the circle, it holds energy straight away. Okay, I don't know why, but it does. It's fabulous. I don't go into the science and deep into spirituality. I just know it works, okay, because I've done many rituals like this. Okay, so now you get your seat and put it into the center, okay, and you sit down and you begin by closing your eyes or opening them and start to create a beautiful energy. As you create this energy, focus your intention on one thing, and that's high vibration, love, excitement, happiness, inner peace, joy, anticipation. All of those feelings are amazing for the circle. At the same time, you'll be calling in spirit and any look, this intention thing is really important. Now, let me tell you, if you're a good person, your intention is good. If you're a criminal and you're a murderer and you're an abuser, then the circle is going to be with negative energy. So I don't need to say put your intention if you're a good person, because your intention, is your energy, is who you are, okay? So, but if you want to put good intention, that just heightens the energy. But when I say that, I don't say that, oh, you have to do that, because you're a good person anyway. So you're already vibrating at a good energy, and your thoughts and feelings are good and kind and caring. So you're already onto a winner. You've already got that energy in there. Okay, so when you're happy with doing this in the circle, every time you put a sound therapy or your intention into that circle, it heightens. Okay. Blessed water is fantastic. Blessed water. So I use my blessed water, okay, and spray myself and the inside. Again, you're purifying the inside, you're cleansing your negative energy, and it's just another way of expressing your energy being more powerful. Any negative energy that resides within you from a bad day, from awful people and from awful energies out there is gonna block the energy that you're trying to create. Makes sense, right? So you're just cleansing yourself. Okay, good. You spray that inside the circle. You actually stand up, spray it on your seat, spray it around. Brilliant. Okay, once you've done that, you get some incense sticks, okay? So I always use these incense sticks. It's either the cleansing incense sticks, but normally now I use these, which they've got Moldavite in them. If they've got Moldavite in them, then you know your frequency is of extraterrestrial. Makes sense. So you light one of those and you go around the circle when you're sat down and around your body. Again, you're cleansing and clearing. At the same time with these sticks, you're heightening your energy because of the Moldavite as well. So it's a win-win situation. It's brilliant. Once you've done that, you put the stick over there. No problem. Put it out, actually. You don't need to do it from the outside. Put it out and then put it outside of the circle. Once you've done that, get yourself some oil, because now you are going to attune. You're going to heighten your energy. So find a good oil to make you strong and powerful. Obviously, you probably already know the oil that I use. It's one of my 9 oils and it's called Moldavite oil. Makes sense. But this has a very powerful connecting spirit energy, which is called Palo Santo. And when you rub this on yourself, it absolutely opens you up and brings in a fantastic energy. Plus, it's got Moldavite in there in my jar, so it's got the same energy as well. All of these things add towards a more powerful energy that you're going to sing through the night. If your energy is low, nobody will hear your voice. If your energy is high, everybody will hear your voice. So spiritually speaking, when you're cleansed and cleared, when you speak through your spirit and your soul, it's louder than when it's dampened down by negative energy, right? Nobody hears it, it's muffled. Why do you think you see people and go, wow, they're powerful? Why is that? Why is somebody more powerful than others? Because they're cleansed, they're cleared, they're happy, they've got great energy, they're powerful, they're not heavy, they're not depressed. So they speak more. They don't even say anything, but they speak. Same thing. Okay, once that's done, we're going to now look at something that we can use as a talisman for ourselves. So we can either wear one, or 2 or 3, or we can hold one, and that's a crystal. So there are many crystals you can use that work really well. So what I learned by absolute coincidence was certain crystals that I was wearing was connecting me to this extraterrestrial energy. Okay, so basically they would fly above and then shoot off again. So it was fascinating, and this was witnessed by many people every time I did, so not every time, but a lot of the times throughout the 20 years that I did ritual circles outside, whether it was in Ibiza, wherever we were in the world. It was amazing, and some people got to see it too. So we'll start with this one, shall we? This is Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta is basically a rock, a crystal that comes from Mount Shasta. And if you do your research, you'll find that Mount Shasta has a lot of magic. There's a lot of amazing things that happen on that mountain. There's lots of extraterrestrial energies. There's so many stories about that magical mountain. So it makes sense. I got a piece of this and I found myself being taken away. It was like another energy. So if you can get yourself a piece of Mount Shasta, that's amazing. This is again an extraterrestrial energy. This is Tektite. Tektite is great because it helps clear and cleanse, but it also has a unique ability when you're doing a ritual. I don't know why, but I always have one of these. I wear them or hold them because it brings great energy. So Tektite. Also, I don't have one here, but because I've looked for it, but I can't find it. Something called Tsesit. Tsesit has an unusual magnetism, and that magnetism is almost like it's drawing in an extraterrestrial energy. Again, fantastic, unusual, can't explain it, but it works. Tsesit, okay? I always like to use 3 crystals that work well for me, and I made them and put them together. I'm actually wearing one now, and that is just what I've talked about. That's the Tektite, but I didn't mention this beautiful crystal, which is one of the most hardest and most beautiful quartzes in the world, and it comes from America, and it's called Herkimer Diamond. So I have one here, Herkimer Diamond. This brings clarity. This brings openness. It amplifies all the other energies around you and the crystals and the circle. So that's fantastic. Actually, using in the circle is fantastic anyway, but if it's close to you, if it's on you, it'll amplify the crystals on you and amplify your energy too. And it's incredible. It's a fantastic crystal. I wouldn't recommend the ones from India. I'd recommend the ones from New York, okay? There is another crystal here, again, which is kind of they say is a crystal from out of this world, another Tektite, and it's called Libyan desert quartz. That's something that you can use as well. And finally, well, no, not finally. There's 2 more. I'm going to make a video on this, but I'm just going to show it you now, okay? This is a piece of alexandrite. Don't ask me why, but alexandrite, when you can get it in this form and you can hold it and wear it, it has an incredible magic that there are no words, and it's so rare and so expensive. It's very difficult to explain. But anyway, alexandrite, if you have some, if you know somebody who's got some, get some, even if it's a little piece, and have it on you because it works amazing. And then finally, the final one, and it doesn't have to be big, but a piece of Moldavite. Moldavite is so intense and so magnificent when it comes to working with extraterrestrial connection that it's mind-blowing. So there are no words. When you're working with genuine Moldavite in this circle, magic always happens. And I always work with Moldavite when I'm doing rituals and blessings and clearing of very negative entities or dark energies. And I've done this for 20 years, so Moldavite is definitely the one. So now that you've got all of this ready, some people may find this bit like, oh, well, I don't really do that. I don't really know that. But there is something about cards. My Carl Rorik cards seem to bring the right intention. So before I start, I will mix the cards up and lay one card down for my intention. And it always works. It always works, the intention. So if I was to do it now and turn one card over, so if I just close my eyes and just do that and just grab a card. So that's the card. So when you look at that card, you can see that there's more than one person, which means that my intention is to pull the energy from people that I know. So I'm working with spirit world. I'm working with, well, whether you want to call them archangels, whatever. You're trying to bring 3 into this energy. There's 3 people there, so I'm trying to bring 3 into this energy. You can also see the snail, which means that it's going to take time, so you don't rush. And if you look at this, you can see that we've created a circle here, but there's one missing, which means we're trying to get out of whatever we've cocooned ourselves in. So maybe what we're trying to do is break free from something that's stopping us from getting our energy out. So that would be my focus, to break free so that the universe can feel our energy. Now, this takes time, and the snail is a representation to say, take your time, there's no rush, enjoy it, and you are protected because there's shell on you, you're protected, you're okay, everything's fine, there's a light around you and the other 2 souls that you'll be bringing forward. So this would be how I would be working now to connect, okay? But that's a personal thing, you don't have to do that. But there's something about my cards, the Carl Rohrig cards have such a connection to extraterrestrial. It's unreal. It's unreal. So I used to have these cards with me all the time. When every time somebody came into the circle, I turned a card over and knew exactly what I needed to give for that client who needs to heal and open up. So that would be it. This is exactly how I would work from there, from that point. So I've turned the card over and now I'm going to begin. So as I'm sat there, now my intention is to learn to work on me. So you've got the right energy in here with what you've prepared. Now you need to create the energy within you, which is so powerful, okay? Now everybody has the same equal power. It just means you've got to get in there and open it out and get it out. So how I do that is, first of all, I breathe, because the open mind means that if you've got nothing on your mind, it means that you're open in your mind. If you've got something on your mind, it means you've closed your mind. And we need to have a perfect balance of all what's called the power points or chakras. We need them balanced. If we're irritated, if we're thinking about something, it's going to block it. So we need to breathe and really breathe in this moment. Meaning that everything you do in this circle is about this moment. So you are here to connect to extraterrestrial. Now, what does that mean? Let's just take a break from this. Now we're all prepared. What does extraterrestrial mean? Well, as far as I am concerned, we all come into different spacesuits. All of us. So we come from the oneness. We come from a spirit world. It might be 1 world, 2 worlds. It might be 1,000 worlds all over this galaxy, that we all come as spirit. And we can come into a body, or we can come into a bee, we can come into an animal, we can come into a tree, a plant, we can come into whatever we want and experience that experience. Okay? So if that's the case, when we come into this, well, those who come into their spacesuit from the extraterrestrial understanding, they're just like you and I, which means that they connect through this, I don't like the word psychic, but when you attune to somebody and feel somebody, like, oh, I was just thinking about you. Oh, I was just thinking about you and you rung me up. Yeah, because you connected to each other. So what you're doing is exactly the same thing. Oh, but it's an extraterrestrial. No, it's not. It's a spirit just like you. It's just like I connect to the spirit world. So when I'm sat here doing my rituals, I'm connected to the spirit world, and I'm asking the spirit world to come and help me. So I need to talk to them. I need to be open enough to talk to them. To do that, you need to prepare yourself, and you need to prepare the room or the circle. So when that circle is prepared, the spirit world can say, oh, well done, we can come down now to your energy level. And when you prepare the room or the circle, you come up to their level so they can meet you halfway. Well, that's exactly the same as connecting to extraterrestrials. So that's why a lot of people around the world do this. This is common practice, by the way. This isn't, oh, hocus pocus. People do it all over the world. There's many people who do it. They've been doing it for years. The most common one at the moment is Stephen Greer. He's got a group of people all over the world that sit and do it all the time. And it's always in circle, and it's always meditation. So it's the same thing, okay? But it doesn't matter. Okay, there's 30 people sending their energy up, connecting, but you are as powerful as 30 people and 1,000 or 1,000,000 people. You just believe that you're not because it's little old me. No, you can connect just as easy as anybody else. You don't need that massive energy. You can create your own massive energy. You've got to believe in yourself. So when you're sat there, your conversation is like my conversation when I'm sat in a room connecting to the spirit world or connecting with spirit trapped in between two worlds. I talk to them like I talk to you, but in a telepathic way. I feel them and talk to them, and it's easy to do. Oh no, it isn't. Yes, it is if you practice it. So this is all about practice, okay? So when you're sat there, you're not connecting. This is where people go wrong. I'm trying to connect with a UFO. No, you're not trying to connect to a UFO. You're trying to connect to a spirit that is above you and not here in the room, okay? So you connect to a spirit and you speak to the spirit. You speak to the spirit in the spacesuit, which might be a grey or, I don't know, Nordic blonde. I don't care what you call them, but it's a spirit. So we're trying to talk to them. And the way we talk to them is by being as cleansed and cleared and open and feeling as good and as positive as possible. There's nothing wrong with excitement. There's nothing wrong with, all of those feelings of anticipation, because they're good. But don't let the anticipation turn to sorrow or it's not working, because this is practice. So what you're doing is, imagine this. You're sat in that circle, right? And what you're trying to do is break through. So you need to break through to the universe, and you need the universe to hear you. You need the spirit to hear you. So what you're doing is you're calling, and as you're calling, the more you call, the more you break through, the more it becomes louder, the more you speak into your soul, and your soul speaks out through you, the more it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. Like for me, I'm doing a ritual and I'm really getting to the heart of people's issues. I'm bending them over and putting my hands burning and they're screaming and there's all sorts of stuff going on. But what we're doing is we're cleansing and clearing, and the height of that energy in that circle is becoming so strong that these worlds, these other spirits can hear it. They can hear it. That's what they hear. It's energy. It's all energy. So they become curious, and that's why many times when you look up, whoa, there's something there, and it's gone again. It's amazing. At the very beginning, you're not here to connect to an alien so that they start talking to you through telepathy, okay? That's not what this is about. This is maybe just to try and open yourself up to see and to work on breaking through and feeling if the strength of what you're creating in that circle has an impact on extraterrestrial life, and you're just giving it a go. And practice makes perfect, so you keep doing it. And the moment that happens, you should be proud of yourself, and you should be saying, okay, I'm doing something right, it's working, because something definitely shot over me. Just to have a look, see what's going on, and then it's off again. That's normally what happens, okay? There are times that people have said that within circles, when they do that extraterrestrials actually do come down and actually connect, okay? But that's not what I do it for. I do it to heighten my energy. And after I've done the circle, I always feel healed, stronger, and more powerful. So whether there is any activity above, that's not really my main concern. The preparation to every ritual that we do to connect to extraterrestrial is so important to me, because it's like going to the gym and exercising. So I'm just exercising my spirit, strengthening it, and clearing my mind and all of this spacesuit that takes over my life. And at the end of this night, you will feel amazing. You'll sleep better, you'll feel stronger, you'll feel happier, and it's just great to look up at the stars to reconnect anyway. So once you begin the night, having your hands this way is always a good thing. If having your hands down is basically you're blasting the energy into the earth. So I'm wanting the energy to run through me and run through my hands, and like all gods and Buddhas and Jesus, you'll always see one hand like this and one hand like that on the pictures. And there's a reason, okay? That is a reason for you to understand. That's a gift they're giving you. That's a sign. It means that we can receive in this hand and give in this hand. So if we hold both hands like this and allow energy of healing to come through you, it will go through you and go out of your hands. So if your hands are nicely on your knees in this position, possibly with a crystal at either hand or around your neck, it doesn't matter. And also, guys, Radruska beads are fantastic as well. I don't know why, but they work amazing, especially with the crystals, okay? Fantastic. And then you close your eyes, and then you take a deep breath through your nose, always remembering that the circle is filled with magic now. So you're in a circle that when you breathe in, you're breathing in energy, and when you breathe out, you're breathing out all the toxins, the negativity, the dark energy that we hold during the day. So we're cleansing ourselves at the start. So we're doing a cleansing of the whole body. So when we breathe in, we take a nice deep breath, hold it for a few seconds, and then release slowly. Do that as many times as you want, because we're not rushing. This isn't about rushing. If you want to rush, go somewhere else, okay? This is about enjoying the evening, okay? So when you're ready with that breath and you've put the oil on, third eye, top of the crown chakra, behind your ears, on your throat, and especially on your heart, okay? Rub it in your hands, breathe it in a few times, 5, 10, 15, 20 times, and then start the breath. Sorry, I forgot about that bit, it's important. I forget sometimes. So, you're all ready. I've done everything. I've talked about all of that. Yeah. So, you're now ready. So, you're in a position where you're going to breathe in any way you want. Any way you want. It's not important now. You've done the breath work, so you're at a very high level of energy. So now your intention is very, very simple. Your intention is to talk as if you're having a conversation to somebody next to you. So you're having a conversation with somebody there, right? You're having a normal conversation. You can speak out loud, but you're not going to do it in this circle. You're going to speak to somebody. You don't know who they are, but let's say that there's somebody like a stranger that you've just connected with. So you don't know who they are, you can't see them, but you want to talk to somebody. And you're going to put this conversation out there. So my conversation when I start is, how are you? Where are you? Where are you going? What are you doing? How has your night been, day been? And in that energy, I know it sounds a bit weird, but you're trying to connect. You're trying to have a conversation. You're trying to, I used to do this. Is anybody there? Is anybody there? I don't do that anymore. I have a conversation, and I wait till somebody comes in to have a conversation. I talk about the stars, I talk about the galaxy, I talk about the cosmos, I talk about where are you, where do you go, and talk about me. I talk about my life, I talk about how I've prepared the circle, I talk about why I've prepared the circle, I talk about the energy that's coming off me, and I'm having a conversation with somebody who is going to come and listen, or is who is listening already. Now, the problem I had at the beginning was I used to think to myself limited thoughts. So one person, imagine that you're having a conversation, okay? Now we're going a little bit deeper. Imagine you're on a platform, right? And you are now speaking to 10,000 people in an audience, right? How would you speak? Hi everybody, it's wonderful to be here. My name's Mark Bayersky, and I'm here to talk to you today. I'm here to, get some experience from you. And so the way I would talk is exactly the same as I'm talking up there. I'm talking to an audience, and I'm expanding my consciousness to the audience. So if you limit yourself to one person, then all you're going to do is connect one energy string. Just say it's one light. Whereas I'm speaking to the audience, I'm speaking to the masses, I'm speaking to all the planets, I'm speaking to everybody. If you limit yourself to thinking that that's all, the only thing that somebody's, oh, are they gonna come by and no. You're trying to connect to the cosmos. You are one with the world, and the world is one with you. The cosmos is one with you, and you are one with the cosmos. So you are speaking to the cosmos. I know it sounds crazy, but if you try it, you're expanding your consciousness, you're expanding your power, and your belief in yourself as a powerful being that can connect to anything is really what you're trying to do. You're trying to stop the limited mind that your government tells you you're nobody, you're nothing, you're a useless eater, you're nobody, you should listen to us, you should eat our poisons, you should drink our poisons, you should do what we tell you. No, clear all that away. You're everything, and you always will be. You're more powerful, you're never ending, you live forever, you are powerful. So by opening yourself up to this new you create this megaphone. The megaphone of spirituality, which means that now everybody's listening, and they are. It's just when you think they're not, then you create that. So you got to talk to the cosmos. So when I was doing my rituals, I wasn't thinking like this. I was just basically working and calling on spirit. So when I call spirit, I don't call for, this is why I say I don't call for one person to come. I don't call for that. I call for the universe to come to help. So whoever is listening, whoever I can get this out to, please come and help. And the ritual nights were so powerful. Therefore, when I'm opening up and calling spirit, it's the same thing. Spirit, your spirit, extraterrestrial spirit, they're all the same. It's just your limited thinking saying, oh, they're different from us. No, they're not. The spacesuit might be different, but inside is the same. That's why you'll always hear people saying, oh yeah, I connected with an extraterrestrial. They're the same as us. There's no difference. There's good, there's bad, there's some nice, there's some not so nice, there's some amazing. It's because of the spirit and the spacesuit, whatever. It's like, it is what it is. But here's the thing, can you connect to bad spirit? This is my thought process. Every time that I've ever connected to this kind of extraterrestrial energy, why is it it's always been okay? It's always been fine. Why is that? Why is it always been beautiful and powerful? And even that person that I believed that I was sat giving a healing and reading for that I didn't believe was of this world, why was that person a good person? Why was that spirit good? It wasn't bad, it wasn't evil. Because my intention and because of who I am is equal. Have you heard, I mean, you must understand that the philosophy about like attracts like. So if you are an evil person, you're going to attract evil, okay? It really is that. If you're dark, if you're fearful, you're going to attract all of those things. But if you are love, kindness, happy, you're going to attract that energy. So if you're a good person and you're kind and you're not a bad, horrible, nasty abuser, then you've got nothing to worry about because like attracts like. That's my philosophy about everything in life. So you work to become a better person and you'll find that what you'll attract is the same energy around you and the same magic. If you are a nasty gossiper, nasty person, abuser, you'll attract that same energy, not only of this world, but of the other worlds. So that's how I see it. So would you use music? I wouldn't. I wouldn't use music. I would just be in the energy of the music of the universe and the smell and just connect to everything that around me. And as I'm doing this, I am not looking up to peep. Eventually, I'll just lean my head back and just look at the stars and continue the conversation with the stars. I speak to you on the planet. I speak to you on every planet. I speak to the cosmos. So I am widening my voice, my spiritual voice, in a way that as you keep doing it and you keep practicing, you'll find that there's a strong possibility that, oh, I just saw something. Oh, there's some activity up there. This thing's happening. And there'll be times that something will shoot into your little circle, your beautiful circle, and then shoot off again. And that to me is simply amazing. I don't need to have a full-blown conversation, and I haven't had a full-blown conversation. I just get excited when I know that there's the opportunity to create something that this happens. And do I wish that I have? I don't wish for anything. Whatever happens is a beautiful night, and it's my spiritual exercise. So am I wanting spirit to come in a spacesuit from another world? I'm not really that bothered, but it's kind of exciting. And if it happens, it happens, but I'm still excited if it doesn't. So it's all about enjoyment and your intention before you start. We're just doing it because it's a nice evening. And at the end of the day, when you look up at the stars, I believe that there's a spiritual download that you receive, like a battery, like energy that's pouring into you. And like, I always sleep better, I always feel better. It's like I've had a wash with some pure love all over me, and I feel stronger. My body heals quicker. So everything is a positive in this circle. Everything is a positive. That is my 44 minutes and 44 seconds conversation. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. With all my heart, I love you all. Give it a go, enjoy it, and maybe, just maybe, in the future you might say, you know what, Mark, I did it and it happened, or I tried it and I tried it 3 or 4 times, and then one day I was just blown away. And it's okay if you do and you don't. It's still the same thing, but it's just nice. To me, it's like breathing. It's just a lovely evening that I enjoy. And it makes a change from Coronation Street and Cardassians, and scrolling all night. I wish you all a lovely day. All the products you can find in any crystal store that I've shared with you, I'm sure if you ask them. I don't have any Mount Shastas in at the moment, but I do have some Tsesit. I do have some Moldavites in, some small Moldavites. You don't need big Moldavites. I think I have all the crystals apart from Mount Shasta. I've just got that one piece there that I'll be uploading probably today. But and I do have the Agua de Florida and the Sacred Water. I don't have. That's on lemonhouse.com. Moldavite oil, I've just created some, and yeah, you can go and get your candles. Oh, don't forget to light your candles. I forgot that. And the bells, you can use any bell, any frequency of bell is good. Any frequency is good. So get a bell, or what I've got some of them from the Buddhist temples normally, Buddhist shops. Tarot cards are on my website, but you can use your own tarot cards, no problem, and you can see if you can feel anything from that as well, your intention. It's all great, it's all fascinating, and I've got to say, I am really excited to know how you got on, and I'll keep an eye on this this particular video for the next coming year. I'm very excited, and if you guys have any other ideas or thoughts and feelings. I know a lot of you like to use infrared lights, but I like to use spiritual light. I like to use the most powerful light in the world, your consciousness, your thought, and your amazing light. The more you do it, the more you heal. The more you do it, the more you grow stronger. The more you do it, the more chance that you will connect to these spirits in this space. So have a great day. Thanks, guys. markbajeski.com. Thank you for buying your authentic crystals, oils, incense and teas. Have a great day. It's a beautiful day here, and I'm so excited to work on my next lot of crystals, which is lapis and a beautiful selection of Herkimer Diamonds over there. So it's going to be a great day for me. I'm working on my parasite teas as well. So I'm going now. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're still here now, it shows that you are serious. Everybody else has gone because actually they ain't really that bothered. Take care.